Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Something small, start something while you are in college itself. Take small projects whenever you are free, whenever you get 2 months vacation or 1 month vacation. Join together in teams, do some small projects, experiments. Maybe you will fail, maybe you will pass. There are much more chances that you will fail, but at least you will learn. So you have to take off from somewhere, and it comes with courage.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Know Your Alumni. Today we have Mr. Pratik Katiyar. He is a BTech 2016 graduate from NIFTM. For 1 year he worked with Capital Foods. Then he started his own venture, Mr. Brain, and now he is pursuing PGB Business Leadership from IIM Kozhikode. Let's hear it from Pratik. Hi Pratik.
Hi Gagan, good evening. Thank you for letting me speak here on this forum with everybody. Hi everyone from NIFTM. Great to catch you back after so long.
It's great having you here also, Pratik. So enlighten us upon your NIFTM journey, like how was NIFTM, your 4 years experience at
NIFTM was the most crucial time of this career, like I'll say. It was building block. Initial 4 years that's where your career starts. So NIFTM was the frame on which I have lately built my personality and overall career and my mindset, what I have to do later on. And it translates into my resume itself. Like I was there in NIFTM for 4 years, and after that doing a job in food industry, and then again doing a startup which was wholly inspired by village adoption program, which was more often working with farmers, which was giving back to society, and the idea behind inspiration, motivation, everything. So tip to toe, that was totally something which NIFTM gave me, which I absorbed out of the setup or environment that NIFTM provided. And even currently means whatever my future ambitions or goals are. So NIFTM played a major role in framing overall perspective or persona which I carry today.
For your internship experiences at NIFTM, what approach did you do while working at various companies? What was your approach?
My experience with the internship project for 7th semester at NIFTM was way different from any other one in my batch, or I guess till today anyone if would have done the internship. I was doing this internship with Alana Sons, which is a meat industry. In fact, Alana Sons is at that point of time was largest meat exporter of the world. So I was very much fascinated by the supply chain or cold chain, how these humongous volumes of production within every day. Because meat industry actually means, when you think of like it has a social stigma attached to it. Nobody wants to work for them. And when you see then India ranks like second or third in meat exports, and it plays a major chunk in our gross value every year of our exports. So I wanted to actually explore the functions in meat industry. And I completed it with Alana, and I visited 3 of their slaughterhouses, one in Ghazipur, other in Bareilly, and another one in Ghaziabad, Saibabad. So the experience was very rich, and it actually changed the perspective with which I actually was looking at things before it. Because I was standing at a site where actually means a lot of slaughtering used to be there, animals slaughtering every day. So it was sort of a little of traumatic experience, but it gave me much more of insights that how food chain is working, and how it has agri-economics or everything involved with it. So my function majorly was to study the entire supply chain, and it gave me a handsome amount of idea about the cold or refrigerated channels that India is transporting, or how we are exporting things. Later on, it also helped me while I was with InstaBring working on frozen channels, means for a number of crops which you keep in cold storage and all. And I had a type with somewhere here near about Kanpur. So that was a rich experience, I'll say. And meat industry, I don't know whether they are recruiting for now or not, but from NIFTM, at least people should try it once. This experience it changes not just the way you knowledge it, but your approach towards life, how you think about things. There is a darker picture which everyone sees on social media nowadays, but there is also a brighter picture, and how they have sustained an ecosystem equally when nobody wants them to exist. So that was a wonderful experience I found.
So, like, was startup always up to your mind in the 4 years, or it was the corporate environment that led you towards the startup?
There was a zeal, means I wanted to do something, and it was for the first time I realized in NIFTM itself. Means after taking the admission, everybody when joins NIFTM, the name itself carries entrepreneurship. So everybody is like, what is there something new? So at that time we had this Ajit Kumar sir, who was vice chancellor, and he was hell of a man at motivating you. You listen him for 10-15 minutes and you'll feel like doing something on your own. So while we went to village adoption program, we had hands-on experience, and I could realize many things which could be done or given back to society. And obviously after NIFTM, I didn't had a clue that how to start and where to start. So I joined a job. I was working with Capital Foods. I worked for 2 of their factories in Maharashtra and Gujarat. But the day I completed my 1 year, the 365th day morning, I went there and I resigned with a very little clue that what I am going to do further. But I resigned that I have to now figure out on my own because I cannot get stuck here. So later on, that was something late in July 2017. And by September 8th, 2017, same year, I could incorporate a company and we ran operation within months. So that's how InstaBrain came into existence. While the motivation of plans, they were long lasting. Means plans would have started over some beer or coffee with friends in NIFTM itself, while we were mostly boozing out and you discuss with your friends. So that was how we planned together in a group of 4 or 5 friends that we are going to do something live, we'll do something together. But practically things don't turn out that way. Things happened, means it took a very different shift. Like means nobody in the end was ready, so I was left alone. So friends were like, they were very reluctant with their lives. Job obviously gives you a comfort zone. So anyways, I had to kickstart on my own, and as a single founder, I started it. I ran that venture for 2 years or more, and it was going well in positive cash flow the day I closed it. So there were different reasons for why I switched it off, and I went on further pursuing an MBA.
Okay, so can you brief our viewers about what InstaBrain was? Like, what was the purpose of bringing InstaBrain?
Okay, so supply chain model wherein we used to procure crops from farmers. When I say of crops, they were highly perishable crops, usually fruits or vegetables only. And we used to sell it to modern trade or HoReCa segment only. Initially, modern trade is like your big bazaar and retail outlets which you have in modern cities. And in other HoReCa, we had hotels, restaurants, catering, who were our bulk clients or who used to give us order on day-to-day basis. So we had a fair enough idea and market volume initially after we did a tie-up with them that we could actually procure it directly from the farmers. And later stages, we further expanded it to 1 or 2 warehouse in the same city itself. And we started distributing in retail itself, which actually didn't go well, and we failed in retail. But the major chunk, which was our HoReCa or B2B, was going well enough till the day we existed in the market. So this was little while whatever I did.
So how was your journey like, handling all the technical aspects, the finances, the supply chain, connection with farmers, everything? Like, how did you manage that all by yourself?
It is a very difficult question for me. When you ask everything, so as a startup founder, you write your name like CEO, Chief Executive Officer, but it actually means Chief Everything Officer. So when I was there, I had a little clue of finance since I had this course in NIFTM itself. So I knew the basics of balance sheet and all, and pitching with investors. So the basic things which I knew, or which any entrepreneur, let's say who of you are listening, you should know before starting a venture, is basic accounting and basic of data. So those were the skills with which I started. And the hard skills obviously means like working on grassroots scale with people and farmers in my sort of setup. So where you need to actually deal with a lot of traders, deal with a lot of businesses on one hand, on other hand you have to get along with farmers, and on third front you have to actually go and pitch it to a number of investors, move to seminars and actually give presentations and all. So I was more often taking a lot of courses online. I was reading a few startup books and getting courses mostly on website designing, Python, and then data analytics, that how things are going on. And these were the most essential skills which are required for any professional job or a startup, whatever you are going to do, because it is a data driven world. So I completed everything of that sort, and then when it came to business, I only had to apply. So I mean, obviously, not being from an IT background, I could not design an app of my own, but I had to hire some developer. I had a fair enough idea, so we could develop an app. It took about 6 months to us in developing an app. But before starting with the app, what we did was we started it without a mobile application. We started from a Telegram or a WhatsApp platform, taking orders. On other hand, our major target was with B2B. So we were targeting other businesses as well, the traders which later on became a major chunk of our business. So that's how it all happened. Means we somehow got bulk orders. We got created customers out of the niche segment, which was B2B, rather than delivering it to customers as in hyper local startup too. And negotiating a bit and fixing it a bit. Like, you have a big dream when you plan any startup that I'll do this, I'll do that. But in the end, what it comes out to be when you execute it, that you have to scratch down your plans to a good, then you have to scratch it down further to a good enough, and then you have to prepare a MVP, which is minimal viable product. And when you get your MVP fixed, you just execute it without thinking much. And things change and things get along, and you just have to, after a while, keep on changing, keep on adapting, and you evolve as a good product.
Okay. So how did you start your preparation for join a IIM, the PGP Business Leadership course with running a startup?
It was a tough call, because while I was doing my business, it was going okay, or I'll say it was going good enough, because I was running in a positive cash flow with actually a good ongoing trajectory, which could have led me further in a better position year on year. But there was something somewhere we had lost the vision. I recognized that the sole purpose of starting the business was to help farmers and create a tangible supply chain model which actually benefits everyone, which gives transparency. But adapting the market, meeting the business targets, or paying off our employees, I had to take certain steps or initiatives wherein I myself was stuck where to generate profits, and we became a profit-making machine, and I had to sacrifice the vision. So that's where I was somewhere haywire with this plan moving forward, and I had to escape from here. And I had chosen something in mind. I wanted to be somewhere IMA or ISB. To be very honest, I was targeting ISB. But meanwhile, I saw this advertisement and I found that IMK had started something in business leadership, which was good enough, and it required minimum 3 years of work, which I had at that point of time. And it had far less fees, because ISB, obviously, people count it as the best B school, but it costs you a huge lot of cash in your pockets. And after burning so much cash in startup, I thought that IMK can be a good option. And now I feel that I have taken a great decision.
Okay. So what is the message you would like to give to all the budding entrepreneurs and the students listening to you?
To everyone from NIFTEM, what I would say that at least you should do something, because I don't see much of startups coming from NIFTEM. And when I say of startup, it doesn't mean that you do something very big. Start something small. Start something while you are in college itself. Take small projects whenever you are free, whenever you get 2 months vacation or 1 month vacation. Join together in teams. Do some small projects, experiments. Maybe you will fail, maybe you will pass. There are much more chances that you will fail, but at least you will learn. So you have to take off from somewhere, and it comes with courage. So developing these skills, learning a lot of things from university, and then actually applying is what will matter in the end. Because word out there, it will see that how good you are as executing. People have a lot of ideas in their head that I'll do this, I'll do that. But they keep those ideas in head, and somebody else goes there and they actually show you that how it is done. So executing is the key, and never hide your ideas. This thing I have seen with a lot of entrepreneurs in startup ecosystem as well as people in NIFTEM, that people usually don't tell their ideas, that somebody else might copy it. So actually never ever feel that somebody else is going to copy it, because ideas are easy to generate. I'm not saying that tell everything, but ideas are easy to generate. What is tough is executing it. Obviously, if you have something which is very fresh, very new, actually know well, then you should file an IPR on it, and after that you can discuss it with your friends. But if it is something very common enough, like the startup which Indian ecosystem has, you should discuss it with more and more people, discuss it with faculty guides, discuss it with alumni who are in industry, and actually develop something which MVP sort of a format, and come up with actually executing into the market. So that's the message, and that's the key. That's where everyone starts. Everyone starts from the first step, and first step is taking raw step where you have actually zero clue about how things are going to be.
Okay. So thanks Pratik. Thanks a lot for your time. It must be inspiring for everyone listening out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gagan. Thank you.